Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Blue Belt Combat Sports with Zach and Neil.
We're out here. What
So,
up?
Zach, last week, this past Saturday, we had Brendan Allen versus Chris Curtis card.
Oh, shit, jumping right into it. Not even asking how my motherfucking day is. Just jumping right into it.
I
All
mean,
right.
I mean, here's the thing. You have Allie. You have Allie.
My
Your day
dog
is
behind
always
me.
going to be
Shot.
good because you have Allie.
It's fair.
Give Allie a shout out. Let's see
I
Allie.
don't know. She's back there. You could probably just
Yeah,
see
look
her
at Allie
head.
back there.
She's watching over the neighborhood. Shout out
See,
to Allie.
she's the protective angel in the neighborhood. You got Allie. I ain't got Allie, which means my day got worse because I didn't got Allie around.
Fair enough. All right, I was talking over you though. Yeah, yeah.
Let's
Let's
get
get
into
fights.
the
Yeah.
so Allen versus Curtis. Your initial thoughts?
On the main event itself, man. Well, this is a great fight, dude. This is one of the best fights of the year, I think.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it was a good one.
I mean, it was just a battle between surviving a barrage of hooks and uppercuts and surviving a rear naked choke. That's really the
How
flow
did
of the
he get
fight.
out of that?
I mean, I guess to be fair, Allen never really had it sunk in. He was just like kind of cradling his back and he was threatening it the whole time. So I mean, I think he was scoring. Um, but no, I mean, I thought he looked good though. I thought both guys looked good. I mean, Allen's got probably one of the best shots in the division. Just like power double, just boom, coming in, colliding, getting the guy to the ground in like a technical, powerful way. I think he's one of the best in the division with that.
Brother, he's on a
Um,
7 fight win streak.
yeah, six of those are RNC'd, so
That's
he came
insane.
close. But dude, this I mean, I don't know. It was so close though. And what's kind of unfortunate is just that like the last second of the fight, it looked like Chris Curtis got like rocked, but he tore. I think he tore his hamstring or something, didn't
Yeah, he did.
he? Like, but but I mean, shit. They put on a great show. Allen got a win back over someone who's beaten him. I mean, it's a good show.
That one
I don't.
judge. So I didn't see who the judges were, but was it Sal Diamato who did the fucking 49-46?
Let me look up the exact scorecard. I don't remember the names on the scorecard. Let me see. Allen versus Curtis scorecard. These are always all over the place. But I mean, I just thought it was a close fight. I mean, I know, like we were talking about this earlier, and you were telling me you thought it was a robbery, which I mean, I don't know. I've been seeing multiple people hold that point of view, but I just feel like it was a close fight. It just didn't go his way. Let's see, is this going to bring me the scorecard? Here we go. So it was all right. So Judge Michael Bell had it 48-47 Curtis, and he gave Allen the first round, Curtis the middle three rounds, and then Allen the fifth round. All three judges gave Allen the fifth round. Derek clearly he had a 48-47. He had one, four, and five for Allen, all 10-9s.
I
And then
thought,
Eric Cologne though, Eric Cologne had it 49-46 Allen,
yeah,
and he had it. I mean, he gave Curtis a second round, but that's
I,
yeah. I mean that scorecard doesn't really look right to me. I mean,
yeah.
looking at the media scores, it looks like what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 to 3 for in favor of Allen for you know who they thought was going to win the fight or who they felt deserved it.
That's not bad considering Chris Curtis is like Chris Curtis is literally beans.
Bug beans. Chris Curtis, what?
Chris Curtis was on short notice,
Yeah.
as
I mean, those can be tough
usual.
to. I mean, that's a tough fight to take for Allen though too. I mean, I can't remember how. I mean, how short notice do you know offhand?
I believe it was a month short notice because,
Okay.
as usual, when an Italian needs to fight, they surrender and run the fuck away. Like in World War II, Marvin Vittori ran away.
Yeah,
There's
Marvin Vittori is infamous deserter of the Second World War.
there's there's death, taxes, and Italians running away from fights.
All right, so it was like 4 weeks out. I mean, that's tough to take though, because I mean, then you got, you know, he was supposed to. I mean, Vittori fights a lot different than Chris Curtis does.
Yeah,
So that's a completely different style matchup. He's already got a win over him. He's got a TKO win over him. He stopped him in like the second round, if I remember
yeah.
correctly. Um, he's got to, adjust everything. But I mean, it's 5 rounds, bro. So I mean, that's tough, and that's tough for Curtis just because he just doesn't have the time to get in shape, I guess. But he looked good. I mean, shit, the guy went 5 rounds. So I mean, I
Yeah.
thought it was a great fight. All worked out.
I
What'd
was
you think of
impressed
it?
with Allen just because he has cardio.
Yeah, no, that guy can go 5 rounds for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
he looked a little. I thought he looked a little tired at the end there. I feel like if he didn't, if Curtis didn't, pull his hammy or whatever happened, he would look fresher at the end of the fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, Brendan Allen, he's surging. He got 7 in a row now.
Yeah,
I want to see him rematch with Marvin Vittori. That fight needs to happen.
yeah, reschedule that. Yeah, yeah, man, I agree. I mean, he's got to fight somebody in the top six,
He's got to
or top
fight
five, I guess at
either
this point because he's fit.
give him Costa, Imamov, Delice, Hermanson, someone below him. Like he's ranked number 6 right now. He should not be number 6. He needs to find someone in the 10 to 7 range.
Let's
Either
look
that
up.
or rematch with Marvin Vittori.
Let's look up where the rankings are at right now. I don't think. I mean, they haven't been updated, but I'm just
Costa's
curious.
7th, Imamov's 8. I believe Hermanson and Delice are tied for 9 or something.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he should fight somebody within the top five out of 85. I think that'd be fair.
Marvin
Someone like,
Vittori, just
I mean,
rematch with Marvin
obviously,
Vittori.
yeah, I mean, Marvin Torrey, I think is the obvious one. Of course, so do you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, that was a great fight though. I think contender for fight of the year so far, anyways. Um, the eternal Chris Curtis, dude, he lives on. Our co-main event, dude. Did you see Damon Jackson
I
and
did not. I
Alexander
only tuned
Hernandez?
in for the last fight. I was golfing, unfortunately.
God damn it, dude. I beat David Jackson, beat Alexander Hernandez. I mean, do you know who Alexander Hernandez is?
I do
He
not.
knocked out Benil Dariush in his UFC debut years ago. He was thrust into the Sharks of 55. He's had some wins and losses. He had a really bad loss to Cowboy a while back. Um, but he was moving down to 45, and he fought Damon Jackson, who's a journeyman, good journeyman, but a journeyman. And I mean, he man lost man lost a split decision. I mean, it was tough. It was kind of a grueling fight. It wasn't a bad fight, but Jackson edged him out. And
Oh wow, the
and
last 3 were split decisions on this event.
yeah, uh, uh, that was an okay fight though. It was fine. Damon Jackson looked good. Beat
Yeah.
Hernandez. Hernandez missed weight, which is unfortunate, especially with him trying to move down to 45. But yeah, what in the feature fight here, Morgan Charrier, the last pirate dude, he lost, but he looked great. He was entertaining. Him and Jose Mariscal, they had a brawl. I think I'm looking forward to seeing both these guys. So both
Oh
guys at
yeah.
45. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to see maybe. This is just like a very surface level thought right now. But it wouldn't be like the worst idea to put Mars Call against like Jackson or something, like Damon Jackson.
Not a bad idea
Um,
at all.
both coming off splits. Both, Mars Call probably had the more memorable fight, but it's all right.
No.
Weird.
Any other comments on this card?
This one was weird though. It had a It was 29-28, two 29-28s for Marscal, and then there was a 30-27 from Morgan Charrier.
Yeah, how does that happen?
I don't even know. It just happens sometimes where people are just watching a different sport. But same thing happened with David Jackson. It was now if I'm looking at it, somebody
Yeah.
hit 30-27 Hernandez, which is absurd. I didn't think it was like a blowout, but against Hernandez, but
Same thing with Marvin Cooper.
30-27 for
Same
doesn't make
thing.
any sense.
Same thing with Brendan Allen and Chris Curtis because it's 47 48, 48 47, and then 49 46.
Yeah. I mean this one, yeah, I mean the 49-46 we were talking about that earlier, that doesn't make any sense.
You know,
Um
the day is gonna come that AI is gonna become the new judge.
Probably will, man. And it might not be the worst thing at this point.
Hey,
But
listen.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, listen. I trust robots over humans when it comes to judging this stuff.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what how to comment on that.
ChatGPT is gonna be like Brendan Allen's disqualified.
Brendan Allen, go home. Chris Curtis is a new title contender.
It's
No, but
also gonna it's also gonna reveal the biggest lie in the UFC. Chris Curtis is 5'9". He's not 5'10".
yeah, I mean what I thought was yeah, he does look a little stockier. But he's fucking big though. Like he holds his weight for sure. Like he's
Yeah,
not small. I
he
wouldn't
had a
describe him as small, but he's definitely like probably a little bit shorter.
he's got a
Yeah,
5 inch height disadvantage against his opponent, and he still fucking did it.
I mean he's great at closing the distance and just making it a dogfight.
Yeah,
That's what Allen was fighting against the whole fucking time. He just wanted to take him to the ground, make it
yeah,
a ground battle. That's what his coaches tell him. It's like fight him MMA. It's an MMA fight.
yeah.
Eventually, this kind of came
Do
through
you
it.
do you
But
agree? Do you agree Brendan Allen is like the scariest contender right now, though?
I think he's a dark horse at 85 for sure. I mean, I think as he stacks up more of these wins, more people know him, he'll be much less of a dark horse. Hold on, my dog is spitting up as we speak. Little
Ah,
Bean, come here. Come here, come here. No,
what?
she's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Just go. Just go. Just go. Go downstairs. Thank you, Little Bean. Sweet dog. Very sweet dog. She didn't spit up, just burped. But you know how she be.
Yeah. I love how Aller's just sitting in the background like a majestic lion.
Um, she's a fucking queen, dude. The matriarch of all dogs.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's actually one fight of the night though. The Jose Mariscal and Morgan Charrier fight over Allen and Curtis, which I was surprised by, but
yeah.
deserves it. So it's cool. Good for them getting 50K.
Any other
Um,
comments on this card?
yeah. This is a solid card.
Yeah.
Ignacio Baja Mendez, he looks great. He's fucking massive for 55. He's big. He's not like lanky either. Like he doesn't have like a Sean O'Malley wiry frame. He's got like he's filled in. He doesn't look like he's 55 at all.
He's
He
six
looked great. He got
three.
a yeah,
He's
yeah.
like having
He's
to fight Jalen Turner. Fucking hell.
really should. I mean, it's just a matter of him climbing up the ranks. I think he's got all the talent to do it. He was coming off a loss to Ludovic Klein. But I mean, Giagos is not bad. Giagos has fought. Giagos fought. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He fought Charles Oliveira for us. I mean, it's not like he's bad by any means. But I mean, he was coming off a loss to Ludovic Klein, who's not a bad fighter at all. But and Jalen Turner's ranked. That's kind of my point. So it's like
Yeah.
you gotta be ranked before you can really fight that guy. But I mean, I hope he does. I hope he comes through and
Yeah.
does this because I mean he's got some good wins. I mean he knocked out Roosevelt Roberts with a wheel kick back in 2021. I mean I don't know if you remember that, but it was fucking insane. He beat
That was
Rong
my
Zhu.
time, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll just look it up after. I'll show you.
Yeah,
It's
I
great.
started in 22.
On the contender series, he got a front kick knockout. Like what was it, Anderson Silva style front kick knockouts.
Like a
So
Lito
this
Machida,
guy's a highlight.
like a
This guy's a
Lito
highlight.
Machida to Randy Couture type of kick.
No, that was a crane kick. This was more of a teep kick to the face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, Baja Mendes looked great. Charlie Campbell got this was another good fight. Charlie Campbell and Trevor Peek was back and forth. It's 30-27, but Trevor Peek was in it the whole time. He showed a lot of heart. Charlie Campbell afterwards was saying that he just wants to help abused children and dogs. So shout out to him.
Damn.
Called on Dave Portnoy, said he wants to meet his dog. So
Mrs. Peaches. Or Miss
shout out
Peaches.
to Miss Peaches.
Yeah. Sean Strickland.
uh,
Miss Peaches.
yeah, I mean outside of that, on this card, the card opened with a few good finishes. Um, these are Almeida look good. Almeida got a performance bonus as well.
Oh yeah.
But a former champion though, there's a former champion on the undercard, Jermaine Durandamy, dude.
Wait, he's a former champion?
Yeah, she was the inaugural women's 145 champion. And then she got stripped of the title because she allegedly refused to fight uh, Cyborg Justina.
Oh,
I don't think it was allegedly. I think she was very open about the fact that she didn't want to fight someone who was on roids. But
Jesus.
so she got stripped though. So it's like one of the most unceremonious title reigns like ever. I mean, there's been a couple bad ones that rival it, but very unceremonious title reign.
Yeah, she was it a dirty fight against was it a dirty fight against Holly Holm?
Yeah, she was hitting her after the bell and shit. It was put a bad taste in people's mouth just for how she won the fight, and then she wasn't, and she was like refusing to fight the only contender, and it was like, all right, you have to leave. We're not doing this.
Yeah.
But she fell short though. She came back, tried fighting Norma Dumont. Dumont outpaced her. Just was a little too much for her.
Mm,
And yeah, she got a victory. So good for Norma Dumont.
mm.
Court McGee lost again. God damn it. Like Court McGee lost to Alex Morono. But I mean, but yeah, I mean, all around, really good card.
It's a
It's a shame it
solid.
wasn't in front of. It's a shame it wasn't in front of like a few thousand people, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping when the ESPN deal is done at the end of this year, the UFC stops with these Apex cards, but I don't think that will stop.
Yeah, I hope so too. I do. I mean, I just feel like the other events just are so much more lively. Like we missed the episode last week, of course, but the Atlantic City card, that was a really good card. It finishes all over the place, crowd's booming.
Yeah. Apologies for that one. I was traveling to the great state of Texas.
It's all good. It happens.
Yeah.
All good. We all need a vacation.
Yeah. All right, ready for UFC?
But yeah, dude. That was a card. Real story of the week though. Did you see John Jones is in trouble again?
He threatened to kill a drug tester.
Yeah, he allegedly assaulted a drug
Oh,
testing agent.
so Instagram discover section on the app on my phone gives you like all these like MMA meme pages. One of them was like, "Oh yeah, John Joe's got arrested," and then another one's like, "No, he didn't." So it's like I don't know if he's arrested or not.
I don't believe he was arrested. I think there was just a complaint filed. I think it was misreported that he was arrested. From what I was reading, anyways, I believe that was
So,
misreported. But well, yeah, he's just in the shit again, dude. Like
yeah,
they show up to his house. He was probably drunk. I mean, they said he sounded, or he's either drunk or hungover. Who knows? Probably both. But another extremely unfortunate incident. Do you do you think this will have ramifications for who's the undisputed heavyweight champion?
no, he's John Joe. The UFC never stripped him.
I hate to say it, but I agree with you.
But they stripped him. But like, he had to fail a drug test. You know, he when they did this shit before.
Well, he was originally stripped. It was for hitting it was for getting
Yeah,
in a car accident.
like he didn't physically harm this drug tester, so they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, probably not. I don't even think they made a statement on it
What
yet. But who knows? I mean, they were
was he?
probably doing an investigation, so
Was he the champ when he hid underneath that ring when USADA was waiting to test him?
I don't believe so. I think that was before. I don't know if that was USADA though. I feel like that was just
No,
like
that
the
was
commission
USADA.
test.
That was USADA when he was under the octagon in that fucking gym for 12 hours.
I mean, he must have been champion.
He also so did you hear like USADA tried to go back there to collect his urine to test it? Like after he left and they closed down, like they closed the gym down and he left. USADA tried going back into there. They tried getting a judge to issue a warrant to go back in there and collect his urine underneath the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is pretty wild though. To just, I mean, I guess he did take the test, but curious on what that's going to come back as. First of all, second
Well,
of all, but who knows how much it'll even be reported on at this
I
point.
mean, he's not taking steroids. If you saw
He,
him, he looked like a bigger version of DC. He looked like he ate DC.
I don't know if that really matters though. I mean, you don't have to be, you don't have to be shredded to the bone to be on roids or anything like that. So who
Yeah.
knows?
My
And he,
favorite.
but I mean, the UFC is such a strict like pipeline and what's getting out though that it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even have USADA there anymore. I don't know who like. It's just going to be an interesting test to see
Yeah.
how they treat this. Because I mean, the guy's a repeat offender of acting like an asshole. it's it's a drug test you gotta take. You can't. He's
If it were anyone else,
baffling.
they would have been kicked out of the UFC and banned for life.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a similar incident that happened like 10, 11 years ago at this point. But it was when Vanderlei was fighting or was scheduled to fight Chael Sonnen,
Oh
and
yeah.
they showed up to his gym and he's like, "No, get the fuck out of here! I'm not taking your test." And he got banned for, and he at the time initially he got from the Nevada State Athletic Commission, he got banned for life, which that ended up getting overturned. But he was out for probably 3 years by the time he came back.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. What was the other news? Oh yeah. They announced the main event for UFC St. Louis. Derek Lewis is fighting versus, let me look it up. UFC St. Louis. Oh my God. He's fighting Nascimento?
Yeah, it's a guy off the Contender
Rodrigo
Series. I
Nascimento.
have a hard time pronouncing his name, but yeah, it's
Didn't Derek
something
Lewis already beat this
Nascimento.
guy?
No, Rodrigo Nascimento. No, this guy's new. This guy's fresh blood. He's out
Oh,
of
he beat
Brazil.
Marcigo de la Lima or some shit last time in
So
FIFA.
yeah, so this guy, he's 11-1, one no contest. He's had six submissions, two knockouts, three decisions. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and his nickname is Yogi Bear. He's 6'3", 261.
I got Derek Lewis by flying knee.
Yeah, I mean, by flying knee. Let's see what
This
happens.
card is
But no, I mean, this guy's solid though. I mean, he lost to Chris Dawkins.
yeah.
Um, oh, he does have his one no contest was actually originally a win over Alan Badeau.
Mhm.
And it got overturned because he tested positive for Ritalinic acid, which is like ADHD medication, I think. Like Ritalin.
Is that what you take?
No,
Okay.
I take a different one. It's really
Ah,
different. It's
my
like
bad.
this is like a stimulant medication.
Okay, my bad. I didn't know you had. I just didn't know what meant you were.
No, you're
Yeah,
good.
this card is gonna be pretty good though. Alonzo Menafield versus Carlos Ulsberg. That's pretty good.
Which
Terrence
card?
Kinney's good.
Oh, the St. Louis card? Yeah. No, I mean that'll be a good card. We'll see how that holds up through time. I mean these
Yeah.
cards, ebb and
Michael
flow.
Johnson's fighting Matt Frivola. Like that's gonna be a good fucking banger.
Oh, it will be. It will be. Matt Favola, Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's hit or miss, but that's always an entertaining fight at least.
Yeah. It's two
Matt
strikers.
Favola
Should be good.
coming off a loss. That'd be interesting. See how he bounces back. What I'm more hyped for, honestly, though, is UFC 300 this weekend.
Do it. Let's get to it. This is what our two fans have been waiting for.
Yeah, right. What up, two fans?
It's to my buddies I told about the podcast, and I'm gonna send them the YouTube link. It's like, yeah, here's our podcast.
Shout out to our non-existent audience.
Well,
Anyways, dude, UFC 300. Let's get into it. So we've
alright,
got in the main
hold
event.
up the. Can you see my screen?
No, I got it pulled up on my side.
Oh, okay.
I got the same wiki up. Yeah, I mean for running out the main event, we got Alex Pereira, Politan,
let's
taking on
let's start
Jamal
with the
Hill.
prelims.
Well, oh, you want to go bottom up? Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's how you
right, let's do
start.
it.
You start from the bottom, then you get to the main event, brother. That's how you do it
All
out in the.
right. I like it. Switch it up. Dude, I like how this room is just getting darker and darker as the fucking night comes.
Yeah, no, my Chicago is completely dark right now. It's yeah.
Welcome to the darkest podcast on the MMA sphere.
No.
God damn it, my hands are dry. Oh my god. Anyways, dude, I'm sorry. All right, so the first fight of 300 is going to be Davison Figueiredo, dude. He's moving up.
That's
35.
the
He's taking
early
on Cody.
prelims. That could be a fight night main event.
Yeah, right. This is better than the Apex main events we've been getting. But
Yeah.
no, this will be an entertaining fight. This will be interesting. Figueiredo and Garbrandt. I don't
I
think
got I got Figueredo by rear naked choke.
Figueiredo by RNC. I mean, I don't know, man. He might TKO him though. If any, because I mean, Garbrandt just kind of he's got that glass cannon syndrome. But I thought Figueiredo looked all right when he fought Font. Uh, he's able to outpace Font and do his thing, work his game. So he's not as drained as he was when he's getting down to 25.
No.
Could you help him deal with the power of Garbrandt? But he's smaller than Garbrandt for sure though. So if it's a slugfest, I could just go either way. He's just Garbrandt's such a glass cannon though. That's the thing where it's like you could look at it and say, oh, he could stop that guy, but it's like that guy could stop him too.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just never trust it. But I've Garbrandt's not on a skid though. I mean, he's coming off of I think he's on a 2-fight win streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he beat
But
Trevin Jones and Brian Keller.
yeah, he knocked out Brian Keller, that was a good knockout. To be fair to him,
I thought
but
he
Keller
lost
is not his
Trevin
level.
Jones. Like that was a close fight at 285.
I mean, I don't remember disagreeing with the decision, but I'd probably have to
It
rewatch.
was
I
a
mean, that
close
fight
fight. It was
happened a year ago.
29-28 across the board.
Yeah, I'd have to rewatch it to see if it was controversial. But he did get the decision though, so
Mm.
for him. But yeah, I mean, him and Figueiredo this would be a banger. If I had to make our picks, we're gonna make picks, right? So let's keep track of this shit. And we're gonna see who makes predictions better. All right. So Figueiredo and Garbrandt, who you got?
I got Figueredo.
Picks? You got Figueiredo? All right. Well, I got Figueiredo too. So
All right. Good luck
right,
to
so
our
we got
picks.
Fig. You got Fig. All right. Next fight we got Bobby Green. Bobby the King Green, dude. Bobby King Green taking on Jim motherfucking Miller. Or Jim freaking Miller, I think is what he's going by now.
It's Jim fucking Miller, sir.
Is it Jim fucking Miller? Oh, maybe on the broadcast they just couldn't say fuck.
Yeah.
Jim motherfucking Miller. But he's going for that triple century.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna win on 100 and 200, so he's trying to get that win on 300. I mean, this is a good fight though. I like this matchup. It's two veterans. You could have made you could have made this match 8 years ago, and it still would have been just as good of a fight.
What you
I don't
got?
know if Justin's gonna fight. Believing in the dream. Jim fucking Miller.
I got Bobby Green.
Jim Miller by decision.
I got Bobby Green by knockout.
Bobby Green by knockout. All right.
He's gonna do what he did to Grant and Dawson here.
You think, and to clarify, you think the Fig is gonna win by sub, right?
Yeah.
Fig by sub. I think Fig by KO.
And then I got Bobby Green by knockout. Who do you have Jim Miller by?
I'll take uh I'll take Jim Miller on a decision.
All right. We should put this all into a parlay for like two parlays from our picks.
Yeah, Rip. Watch it all fall apart. I could be wrong on the podcast and with my wallet.
Yeah. And this next one, Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez.
This will be an interesting one. Marina's a lot bigger than Andrade. Like she's significantly taller than her.
Five
And
inches.
I mean, yeah, I mean she's coming off that nasty win that she had over Michelle Waterson.
Yeah.
Oh, she just beat the shit out of Michelle Waterson. But it's still a great fight. Or not, good performance anyways. Um, I just feel like she'll just be a little too much for Andrade. Andrade is just kind of hit or miss. Or
Mhm.
I don't know. I just think stylistically she's got the got the length and finishing ability and just all the tools she would need to beat Andrade. So
Mm.
that's what I'm gonna go with. It's a super high level breakdown.
Mhm.
That's
I'm
how I
gonna go
feel
with
about it.
Andrade.
You're going Andrade, right? Going Rodriguez, you're going Andrade. It'll probably be by like a decision or something.
No.
But I think it'll be an entertaining fight. I think it's a good stylistic matchup for both of them. I mean, I don't think it's completely out of the question for Andrade to get a victory. She's one of the more powerful strawweights. So
No.
all right, all right, we're getting spicier here though. You got Jalen Turner and Money Moicano, dude.
Money Moicano. Moicano wants money, baby.
It's the money.
He's like his best quote was when he fought. He's like when I fought RDA, I I on 10 days notice I was drinking beer, eating steak in Brazil.
Yeah, Moicano's a madman. He's run into a tough fucking customer though, Jalen Turner.
Brother, he
No,
when he fought Drew Dober, he asked him how much did you walk into the cage at, and Drew Dober's like 180, and he's like fuck you.
I mean, hey, he used to fight at 45 though. To be fair, Moicano, so I mean, he was doing that weight bully thing for a while, too.
Have you seen Drew Dober's transformation into a Chad? Like he chisels himself into a Chad.
He does have a ridiculous jawline.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, back to the fight.
So,
Yeah, I got Moicano by knockout. I'm going with my boy.
yeah, I mean, I think you know, I feel like Moicano, he's got an interesting blend of like some Thai boxing and jiu-jitsu that just feeds really well into each other. Like,
It's a weird thing, you know. I heard it's called. Oh yeah, you know what it's called? It's called choop box.
yeah, shootbox. Yeah, it was slipping my mind, but
Yeah.
he,
Charles has a
I
similar
mean,
style.
yeah, no, exactly. Charles fights in a very similar way, like you said, and I feel like that's just going to be a lot for Turner to deal with. He's just going to be. I'm curious what it's going to look like if Moicano attacks his legs. He does have excellent low kicks. He, I mean, I think Moicano could really overwhelm him.
Jalen Turner's got skinny legs.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy, but I mean, I don't, man, I just feel like Moicano could chop him down. You
Yeah.
know, he could chop him down the feet. I don't know. I mean, he's never been subbed, to be fair, but I mean, Moicano's got the ability to submit anyone.
Yeah.
He's a black belt, I think. If I'm not mistaken, he's a black belt. Um,
Brazilian. He's they're born with black belts.
Either way, the guy's a finisher. So I mean, I
Uh,
think he could chop Turner down. But I mean, hey, Jalen Turner surprised me before, so
yeah. So what do you got?
I'm going Moicano. I'm gonna go Moicano by. Will he finish him? I don't know if he'll finish him. I'll go Moicano by decision.
Okay, I got
I think
McConnell by knockout.
I think this will be a fight of the night contender. I think
Sure.
this is one of the this is the main event of the early prelims. God damn it.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Like we're getting spoiled. They were
yeah,
saying they should have this fight on what is it called? This fight should have been UFC 301.
I probably, but I think they just had so much heat on him to make 300 into something. But they're just like, fuck it, we're putting the Brazilians in this card. We'll move them a month back.
Yeah, it's like all the Brazilians are on this card versus fucking next one.
They took Aldo out of a box, put his ass on the
Brother,
card.
I bet you right now Dana White went up to called him personally and was like, Aldo, we need you to save UFC 301. We'll give you 500,000.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
I think
paying him a good purse to come back out of retirement.
I imagine. I mean, he's gonna be the one selling tickets. To be fair,
Yeah.
I mean, they got him red on the poster. So, but all right. So you're going. So we're both going to Meccano.
Yeah, Moicano.
Okay. All right. Now this is a sleeper pick here. Two dark horses at 45. Sodiq Yusuf taking on Diego Lopez.
Diego Lopez won that fight against Evolov. Like I thought he won that fight.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, dude, I was rooting for Lopez hard in that fight. So, like, at the time, I was like, oh, come on, he's got this, he's got this. I don't know. I mean, Apulev is so good, though. Or he looked so good in that fight. It wasn't
But I bring it up because he's that good.
like Lopez. I feel like, how do I put it? I feel like in the Evloev fight, there was no one really expected Lopez to do anything. So everyone had the expectation of like, oh, Evloev's going to run this man over. And he just didn't run him over, so he didn't look as good in other
Yeah.
people's eyes. But I think Lopez is just that good. He can hang with those guys.
You know what
Um,
Lopez is?
what?
Brazilian.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
They
and
have so many
he took that fight
Brazilians.
on. He took that in like super short notice too. Like he was the
Yeah.
coach of the guy who was supposed to fight him, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken. He was like the jiu-jitsu coach or something. He jumped
Jesus.
in on super short notice, just in a few days, I think.
So he's
So I mean, it
fighting.
was like a real like element of surprise type of thing against
Yeah.
Avoyev. So I mean, I don't disagree. I think he gave Avoyev his best run for his money so far. I think, including that, and that's including the Arnold Allen fight.
Oh, we don't want to get into that one.
Yeah, I mean that's a controversial one, but I mean just looking at
I
like who gave him a better fight, I don't debatable. Um, I mean he's fighting Sadiq Yusuf though. Yusuf, I believe he's coming off of a
he
loss.
beat he just lost to Barbosa.
Yeah, he just lost to Barboza in a five. Great fight. To be fair.
It was a good fight.
Um, but yeah, I mean he lost at 5 rounder to Barboza. So this would be interesting. This is a
They got Barbosa fighting on a fight night instead of in Brazil.
yeah. I mean yeah. I mean that's just a different conversation about their planning, I guess, at this point. But dude, I'm a believer in Lopez. I'm a believer
I
in
got
Diego
Lopez
Lopez.
by knockout.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think he could maybe has Yusuf ever he did get stopped before. Yeah, it's been
He
knocked
just
out
beat
before.
Pat Sweeney by knockout. He can beat this guy.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean he could finish him. And they could, I suppose, both think each other. Lopez is a wild dude. He could get caught. Um, but I mean, I'm a believer in Lopez, man. I think he's gonna come at him with some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he just like comes out hot. You know what I mean? Like, I think he'll get in his face and it'll be an interesting fight. And I think he could sub him or get
He's gonna
TKO
win
or
by
something. So
flying Kimura.
flying Kimura. But yeah, I'm a believer. So I'm going Lopez.
I'm going Lopez. What do you got him by knockout, submission, decision?
Um, I guess if anything, he might get. I'll go submission. Let's go submission.
I'll go.
You're going TKO, so I'll go submission.
All right. Moving on to the next one. Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison.
Will she make weight? Kayla Harrison.
Isn't it 145?
No, 35.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, there's people like breaking, like doctors breaking down like this her weight cut, not even the fight, just a weight cut. And they're like, you really should do this. Like, this is incredibly dangerous.
So she competed in the Olympics at 172.
It's a big lady.
Yeah. She might be walking around as much as me.
I'm, I just don't, I just don't know what their plan is. It's like, what if she misses weight? You know, like, what if she can't make 35? And it's like, okay, do you just move her up to 45 and then have her be a title challenger and then try and run the 45 belt still? I don't really know what you do with her.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
mean,
I
shit.
mean, yeah.
She's got all the talent in the world, though.
Oh yeah.
She can make it there.
She could be Ronda
Um,
Rousey 2.0.
yeah, I mean, I think she fights different than Rousey. I think she's more well-rounded than Rousey was.
Yeah.
Um, man, Holly Holm.
She still got
I've I've just she does, and I've never seen Harrison fight somebody with the speed of Holm. Like she in PFL, she had a fight against this girl Larissa Pacheco, and Pacheco beat her actually. And it was mainly like with striking. Like she just outpaced her in striking and just put it on her over 5 rounds. It was
her.
a close. It was somewhat competitive, but still Pacheco got it. So it's not like you're dealing with like an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Granted, she's 16-1, but I'm gonna go home. I feel like Holm will be
Holly
able to.
Holly Holm knows how to fight this kind of style though, like this
Yeah,
judo.
that's what I mean. Like unless Harrison doesn't shoot. Here's where I think it's. Here's where I think the difference is gonna lie. When Holm is fighting grapplers, if she's fighting somebody like Rousey, for example, who's more so like upper body, she needs to get in the clinch and like she's got to get next to her in order to like grab her and like get a hold of her and exchange with her. Then she can evade him like a ghost. Man, when she fights people who can, or when she fights girls who can like shoot him for double legs like Misha Tate, or we could go through a record. I'm just saying, like when
Yeah.
she fights somebody who can like shoot him for double legs, then it becomes more of a problem. But Kayla Harrison doesn't do that though.
Yeah.
She's more of a judo base, which leads me to believe she's gonna have a hard time catching home.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go home by decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Kayla Harrison's a big woman though, so if she gets on top of home, it's over.
It's gonna be hot and heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got home by knockout. What about you?
Yeah, like I said, I got her by decision probably.
All right. All right, cool. Moving on to the next one. Calvin Cater versus Aljo.
Cater and Aljo. This would be
Calvin Cater, Max Holloway's punching bag versus the best actor in the UFC.
man, oh man, oh man. Do you have a strong opinion on this? For who's going?
Uh, I got I got Calvin Cater by knockout.
Why do you say that?
I think that it's a different vibe at featherweight. Like he's 5'11" as well. He's got a reach advantage, a massive one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's standing, I mean, like you said, he's got a reach advantage. He's got some of the best boxing at 45. Um,
I mean, he's got boxing. He ain't got the best. We already know who the
well,
best boxer
well,
in the
right. That's
baby.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that was established. Uh, yeah. God, what a classic fight. But Shao Max Holloway. No, but he does have some of the best boxing in that division for sure. Like top three probably. And so I mean, if it's standing, that's going to be a major problem for Sterling because he's going to be dealing with the reach advantage or reach disadvantage rather that he's not used to. He's yeah, that's rough if he's standing up. If he can get him down though,
Yeah.
which
Backpack
he
him.
is very Yeah, I mean he's very slippery and very he's got a high fight IQ. He knows when to shoot and when not to shoot. I mean the guy
Yeah.
and he's like you said, I mean, he goes human backpack. I mean the guy can snatch your neck in a second.
Yeah.
He's got like I mean all throughout his career he's gotten these crazy like unorthodox submissions. So I mean
Yeah.
I'll never count Sterling out here.
My
I do
my
think it's
only,
tough that he's coming off that knockout loss.
yeah. My only
He's
concern
moving up.
also with Aljo is that like O'Malley's a hard hitter, right?
Yeah.
What do you think 145 are there harder hitters than 135? Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, I mean they definitely hit. I mean, there's a lot of hitters at 35, but I mean at 45 they hit harder. I mean they're bigger. And Cater's one of those guys who definitely hits harder than people at 40 at 35. So I mean he's dealing with someone who hits just as hard as O'Malley.
Yeah.
Now, he's not as precise as O'Malley maybe, but
But I mean O'Malley's
and
basically
that
a
was a major problem. Like I mean he didn't get overpowered by O'Malley. He got caught with he got caught when he was you
yeah.
know rushing in on him.
Yeah.
I mean, if that happens with Cater, I mean, it's the
O'Malley's
same shit could happen.
O'Malley's similar height, similar weight, because O'Malley walks around like 160, 162-ish, so he's not a small he'd be a small featherweight, but like O'Malley's basically a featherweight in terms of his build. But him and Cater are both 5'11, so it's like the reach is right there. So Cater
Yeah,
can just watch that O'Malley fight and be like, what O'Malley did, I'll do.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the way to beat him. Just keep him as far away from me as possible. Try to catch him coming in. I guess. I mean,
Management.
that's how that's how he's been beaten before. That's how Marlon got him the same way. Just shooting in, boom, hit him with a knee,
Uh,
knock him stiff.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, I guess what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, but I mean, Calvin's coming off of a knee injury. I think he tore his ACL.
Oh, that's right.
No, it's a knee injury. It doesn't say what.
Yeah, no, he blew out his knee during the Arnold Allen fight. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta pee. I'll
Same.
be, I'll be right back.
Be right back, y'all. David Goggins will entertain y'all in the meantime.
All right, back. Is this man's picture David Goggins? It's hilarious. Man, UFC 300. Alligator. Probably by knockout. Take that man by knockout. Second round.
Stay hard, guys. David Goggins right there.
Stay hard. All right, let's jump back into it.
Hold
What
up.
were,
Let
what were
me
we
get
talking
the
about?
water bottle real quick. All right, all right, all right. Let's get to it.
We back.
All right. So did we establish who we're picking? Who do you, I have Kate or by knockout. Who do you have?
Yeah, going back. We got Cater and Sterling. I'm going. Yeah, I mean, I got Cater by knockout too. I mean, I feel like it'll happen probably second round. That's what
I
I'm
just
calling.
think
Second round knockout.
I just think Aljo's chin is probably gone.
I mean, he has been knocked out a couple times, but I mean, this last fight he did get hit just like kind of upside the temple. It wasn't like he got starched or anything.
Bro, brother, that right hand from O'Malley was tough. Like that fucking knocked him.
No, it was tough, but he wasn't knocked stiff. I mean, I don't know, man. I for the most part agree with you. I think I have the same result. Cater by TKO or knockout. Or at some point midway through the fight.
Yep. All right, next one. Yuri versus Rakic.
Be a good one.
It's gonna be a
Yuri
banger.
and Rakic, dude. Yuri's a wild boy. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like Rakic is very conventional, and Yuri just is absolutely not. Like he's just such a
Like
wild dude. He's got
when
spinning attacks left and right. He's
when they
runs out
gave
there with his hands down.
when they gave Pereira like Yuri for the title fight, it was like this is perfect matchup for Pereira because it's like, yo, Yuri does not he goes like this. He keeps his head wide open.
But he's got his hands way down.
Yeah.
Which I mean, hey, a lot of the time it works out, to be fair.
No.
But Rakic is powerful. The guy, I mean, he doesn't have like a ton of finishes
Yeah.
because I feel like he just fights way more. He fights way more cautiously than Prohaska does.
Yeah.
Um, but I think Yuri has the edge because he he is always able to push his game of just making it like a wild firefight.
Mm-hmm.
And in the event of a firefight, he beats Rakic. I think. I mean, Rakic just doesn't hang in firefights like that. Not that I've seen, anyways.
Yeah.
Rakic is much more controlled and manages his distance a lot more
Yeah.
consistently. Um, but I just think, I mean, Yuri's just got the size, speed, strength to just get inside on that guy and just make it chaotic.
I
I
mean,
think he
Rakic is
will.
6'5". He's taller than Yuri.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing. Like he's gonna have to like stick and move. The
Yeah.
man's gotta run his distance, and Yuri's gonna be the one that's chasing him down, trying to
Yeah.
take him out. Which I think he could do. I think he has all the ability in the world to make it a wild fight. And if it's a wild fight, I think it heavily favors Yuri Protzka.
Yeah.
That's what I'll go with.
No. I don't you gotta watch out for that spinning back elbow though. Like, come on.
Indeed, indeed. That spinning back elbow will ruin your life, as Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Reyes, man, that John Jones fight took his soul. He
Yuri
tri
fight took his
he
soul,
made
bro.
a deal with the devil that he would beat John Jones and then he would lose the rest of his fights afterwards.
So unfortunate. Super unfortunate decision, but it's what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be on the main card, but it's neither here nor there, I guess. What is on the main card though?
I mean, we didn't pick it
What's
our picks yet.
what's your prediction?
I
I'm
got
picking Yuri.
I got I got Rakic by knockout
Yeah, Rakic by knockout. All right. I like it.
with Rakic.
We're diverting from each other for once here. This is the first time since Andrade and Rodriguez we have a different pick. I like it.
I'm leaning towards Yuri a little bit, but my heart says I want Rakic. I want him to get a title shot. Like I think he deserves it.
And like I said, if he's able to stick and move and play his game and make it a slow, methodical fight that he's controlling the pace of, then
Yeah.
his fight to lose. But Yuri's a wild boy. He's a wild man. I think he'll make it a wild night for him. So that's not weird. Pause.
Mm.
But I think it's what he'll do. So yeah, I mean, I got Yuri by just say knockout. Yuri by knockout or TKO.
And I got Rakic by knockout. Okay,
All
cool.
right.
On to the main event. Or I'm sorry, main card.
I mean, all right. So we got. I mean, to open it, we gotta have a kind of a squash match. Bo Nickel and no disrespect to Cody Brundage, but Bo Nickel and
Hey,
Cody
Cody
Brundage.
Brundage is the GOAT. Don't disrespect him.
He's not. I mean, he's not like a scrub, but he's clearly there for a reason. It's not like the other fights where it's a ranked guy fighting another ranked guy or woman. I mean, I mean, Bo Nickel's supposed to go out there and smoke him. That's why he's fighting Cody Brundage and not
Yeah.
Jack Hermanson. Um, so I mean, I don't know. Bo Nickel by sub, first round.
I got I got Cody Brundage by knockout.
Cody Brundage by knockout.
He's
Okay.
gonna end the Bo Nickel hype train.
Why? What's compelling you to say that?
I just want Bo Nickel's hype train to be over. I don't
Bo
want him
Nickel
on
hate.
main. I don't want him on
Just
main
a
events anymore.
just
Or
a
main.
Bo Nickel hater. Just like, nah, I don't like him.
I am like Bo's. Here's the thing. Bo's a great guy. It's just I hate the fact that Dana White is giving him this much privilege. Fuck that.
That when you start getting that push in the UFC. I mean, it's not really his fault though. I mean, he's just kind of riding what they're giving him. To be
Yeah.
fair, that would be a massive upset if you're correct. So
Yeah. Also, I just remembered
everybody's
I was supposed to use
every
my
genius is
podcast
crazy.
equipment.
But you do what?
I was supposed to use my podcast equipment. I just forgot about this shit.
Oh, that shit. That's tough.
Y'all, we
Wait, you don't
are
have a
not a professional podcast for a
wait, you
reason.
don't have your mic on?
No,
What the fuck are you using?
my computer mic.
Oh, I probably sound way better than you.
Huh?
I probably sound way better than you right now.
Yeah. Hold up. I gotta. I was like, wait, I'm missing something. Something's not right with the universe right now.
Fucking clown.
I'll
It's okay. I'm not
relax.
really I'm not really using my mic either. I'm just using my headset
Yeah, I
so I can
bought you
like
that.
lean back.
Like, I'm not gonna use it. I'm like, well, it feels like you're hurting me a little bit, man.
I'll use the mic, dude, at some point. It's a good mic, don't get me wrong. And
Yeah.
hey, we got comedy. You went to you saw Tim Dillon for free. That mic, remember that, right?
Yeah. Is my audio
Anyways,
better?
yes, I could tell immediately when you plugged it in.
Really?
Yeah, it like popped in into like it was like going from 480p to 1080p.
Oh wow. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's why I paid good money for this shit.
yeah.
We're gonna put it over here so people can't see the dirt on the other side.
Rough.
All right. Yeah, so you have Bo Nickel, I got Cody Brundage.
God, that'd be a massive upset if you're right.
All right.
All right,
Next
main
one.
card heats up now. This is where
Now
main
we're
card gets
talking.
fun.
We're cooking.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I like watching Bo Nickel fight. Don't get me wrong, but it's just
Yeah,
I
but like
just wish it was a better fight.
Bo Nickel is like one of the sides at the Thanksgiving dinner table. Charles Oliveira and
I mean,
Armand are like the turkey.
to be fair to the guy, I mean, they keep putting him in the same spot, like opening up the pay-per-view, and he does open up the pay-per-view, like in an exciting way. It's usually quick and, you know, it's a Bo Nickel fight.
I was talking to my jujitsu black belt coach on Thursday about this because we were talking about wrestling and Bo Nickel, and I'm like, the dude has a lot to learn. He's got a lot of potential. 2 to 3 years, he will be one of the best middleweights in the world. But last year against Jamie Pickett, he did not know how to finish a arm triangle submission. He didn't know how to. He didn't know he needed to get his hip to the one other side and keep moving in order to finish the choke. And that right there is a showing of, hey, he still has a lot to learn, but he's gonna fucking destroy everyone in 2 3 years.
Yeah, yeah, no, he's interesting prospect, or more than interesting.
Yeah,
He's one of the most exciting prospects that they have. So,
yeah,
anyways, though, I digress. It's a squash match.
yeah.
I just wish it
Char-
was against a higher
All
level
right,
opponent. Anyways,
next one. Charlie Olives versus Armand.
see, you know, Armand just doesn't have the name, so he's gonna fall under the radar. But we might be looking at Armand Saryuki, number one contender after this, bro.
Yeah, I I
Holy
I
shit.
have Armand beating Charles.
You have beaten Charles. See, I don't know if he beats him. Man, who's Armand coming off of? Like, I know he just won a
And
fight.
Neel,
That's right. That's right. He did stop a Neel.
he faked the knee and got the hand. Got the right
Right. No,
hand.
I remember that. That was a crazy fight.
Yeah.
Man, man, that's a fucking barn burner, isn't it? That's just whatever she drops first. I mean,
Yeah.
here's my prediction. Armand drops Armand drops Charlie first. Charlie comes back and wins by sub. That's my prediction.
All right. I got Armand by knockout. I think he knocks him down and then just keeps hitting him and knocks him out.
I'm picturing like a sage. I'm picturing him getting knocked down and getting put in a guillotine choke like immediately. That's what I'm picturing.
Kevin Lee was a similar wrestler type to Armand, and that's what Charles did to him.
Oh, that's what I mean. Charles is very dangerous with the subs, dude. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never, never know. All-time finish leader.
Charles is at a huge disadvantage in terms of the power of Armand and also Armand's wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, in the wrestling, that could be negated by saying like, "Oh, do you even want to take him down though?" Like,
Yeah.
so that it might end up just being like a striking battle, which then you got to deal with
Right. Yeah.
Charles's shootboxing ability, which is tough. I mean,
But Armand's power is also tough.
he does have a power advantage, but Charles has got like that weird, precise power though, where he hits you in the right spot to where it'll knock you down,
Yeah.
or you can stop him. But I mean, I think this will be back and forth. Like I said, I mean, I feel like Armand probably gets off to a good start, and then Oliveira will overtake him at some point, get a finish.
Yeah.
That's how I think it'll go.
I got Armand by knockout. You got Charles by guillotine choke.
Specifically guillotine. No, I think he'll get a sub or something.
No.
Sub.
No.
The fallen idol, dude. He used to be Charles' number one guy.
Charles, the problem is he's 35.
He might have a couple more in him. I mean, 35 isn't 38.
UFC fighters 35
So
years and older are or for like I think it's like up until welterweight, the only people that have won a title fight at one when they're 35 and over is Tyrone Woodley.
is that really? Tyron's the only one after 35. Oh,
Yeah, Tyrone Woodley is the only one.
hmm.
And I know his name's
Well,
not Tyrone, it's Tyron, but Joey Diaz said Tyrone, so his name is Tyrone now. Joey Diaz is the gatekeeper of UFC names.
like Dukas. Dukas
Dukas.
Duplessis. Oh,
Dukas
John's fight.
Duplessis.
Ailey. I thought she was good enough to leave.
Where's Allie at? Oh, she's
She's
at the
off on the
window?
side.
Is she
Nah,
at the
she's
window
off on
over
the side.
there?
I thought she was good enough to leave, but she's hanging out in the corner.
Ah,
All right, next fight.
no, it's
BMF
gonna
title,
be
dude. BMF on the line.
Mark Coleman's gonna wrap the belt around the winner.
That's what I've heard. I hope they stick to that. I think they
That should
will.
be happening. They had The Rock do it when Masvidal fought Diaz. That was so stupid. I'm like, The Rock isn't even. The Rock. I could name you 100 guys that could probably beat the shit out of The Rock. Any UFC heavyweight could beat the shit out of The Rock.
Yeah, I mean that's just a the celebrity fetishization.
Brother,
Really all it
most
is.
brother, any light heavyweight or heavyweight in the UFC could beat the shit out of The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, even right now he's 50, but like 30-year-old Rock.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean of course. I mean the guy's not a
Not
professional fighter. But
I love
anyways,
The
we
Rock,
get
but yeah, he's not a fighter. Yeah. Anyway, Gaethje and Holloway. Who you got?
Gage. I man, like I know this was a couple of years ago, but when Max moved up to 55 to take on Dustin, he had a major problem with the pressure of Dustin. It's just like the pace and pressure of Dustin Poirier. Like he just couldn't like Max needs to be able to like find his distance and set into his rhythm, and then over time he takes over the fight.
Yeah.
Gagey doesn't. give that space. Like Dustin
Mm.
doesn't give that space. Gage is even worse about it. Like he hits way harder. He's gonna be chopping his legs and shit.
He's the
I
hardest
mean,
hitter at 155, and Holloway does not ever check leg kicks at all because he's never fought a
yeah,
guy who does leg kicks.
The guy's got just all-time power for the division. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the way that he game plans his fights, mm, you know, I I just think over 5 rounds, it's just favors Gagey all the way.
Yeah.
Um, stylistically, granted, if Gagey shows up off or something, Max could of course settle into his game, find his distance, and fuck him up. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll be uncompetitive. You know what I mean? I think Gage, they'll both land their shots. I just think that Gage will just be a little too powerful for him.
Mm-hmm.
He just won't give him the space that Max needs to excel,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll end up going, in my opinion, Gage's way.
You got Gaethje by knockout.
Um, Man, I don't know if I want him to knock him out. I don't know. I God, Max is tough. I've never seen Max never been finished though. That's the thing.
Yeah, yes, he has one submission loss.
I meant by like TKO or knockout
Uh,
though. I mean, you're right. He did get
Dustin
triangle
got him by
armbar.
a triangle armbar.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll go Dustin by or not Dustin. Jesus, Justin Gaethje by TKO probably.
Yeah.
By you.
Oh my
What's your
God.
thoughts? High level breakdown, bro.
Sorry, I was looking at Max's record. This dude had a 13 fight win streak before Dustin got him.
Yeah.
Featherweight was 14 fights in or 13 fights in a row before Volk got him.
That's kind of what I mean. Like that's Max like at the height of his powers, moving up to 55.
Yeah.
Like that was Max like at his best. And he moved up to 55 to fight
I think
Poirier.
he was at his best when he fought Calvin Kattar.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because he was like, fuck it, you're gonna be my punching bag.
I mean that's probably his most, that might be his best performance. But I mean in terms of like his prime and what you know, his peak run was, I mean that was during
Hmm.
that peak run, that 13 fight win streak. That's more so what I mean. And he was
Hmm.
smoking guys, just smoking guys. Like he was drowning Aldo, drowning um, Patterson, Edgar, and
Hmm.
Korean Zombie, everybody. Like he just beat fucking everybody
No.
except for Volk. But neither here nor there.
I got Gaethje by knockout.
Gage will get him.
Yeah, by knockout. What about you?
No, I mean I think it'll probably end the same.
Gaethje by knockout.
Unfortunately,
Okay. All right, moving on to the
I
next
love
one.
Max but I do love Max. But yeah, Zhang Wei Li and Yan Jiaonan.
The
This is
battle,
China.
the battle of Mao Zedong's grandchildren.
I mean, it is. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. But it's kind of a historic fight though. And
Yeah,
for a title, for UFC title fight to have two Chinese fighters, champion, contender,
yeah,
obviously. I mean, this is massive for the Asian
yeah,
market for sure.
yeah. The
I'm
loser of this fight goes to the gulag.
I'm I'm a big stan of Zhang Wei Li though. I think she's a
Oh, she's a
tank.
badass, dude. She can carry Francis.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody not named Rose Namajunas she can beat.
No,
I think Rose kind of has her number, but
Rose beat her
um,
twice, right?
yeah, she knocked her out once, and she got her in I think it was, I don't know if it was a split decision or what. I think it was a split decision, and she got
Knockout,
her
a
in a
head kick
rematch.
knockout, and a split decision. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Zhao Nan's excellent contender, excellent fighter, but man, Zhang Wei Li's just a tank everywhere, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's got best striking in the division probably. She's got, I mean, explosive grappling. She's most explosive, powerful woman fighting right now, probably. So
Yeah.
I I'm nothing really against Xiaonan. I just think Weili's just going to be a bit too much for her just because of where she's at. I think anything that Xiaonan can do,
Mm-hmm.
anything that Xiaonan does, John can do at the same level, if not better, in my opinion.
I got Zhang Wei Li. She's gonna win, and then she's gonna be like, guess you can't solve this math problem,
Ooh, you gotta,
huh?
if you're gonna break out these jokes on the pod, bro, they gotta be better.
All right, but
No, but I mean, Shonon's coming off a knockout over Andrade, though. She
yeah,
beat
that's
Mackenzie Dern and all that.
she's
So good
good.
for him. She's good. Don't get me wrong, she's good. But I just think Whaley's the best right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah. All right,
she's just gonna continue to be the best.
we both have Zhang Wei Li by knockout or decision. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
I think it will most likely be a decision.
yep. All right, moving on to the main event.
Poatan, dude.
My
Poatan.
boy Alex Potan,
Poatan taking on Chicago's own, Grand Rapids' own, Jamal Hill.
Jamal Hill, Sweet Dreams.
Man, you know, I'm gonna contradict myself because I think that Hill is probably more well-rounded. You know what I mean? I think he's got. I don't think his striking's as good as. I
I don't think
don't think
his
his boxing or
wrestling's
kick.
that good,
I mean, his boxing, his kickboxing is good. Don't get me wrong. Can hang with the majority of the division, as it shows by him climbing his way to the title.
hmm
But man, Pereira's just that motherfucker on the feet. Like no one's beating Pereira on the feet. So it's not in a technical battle.
I also think that I think Jan is a much better grappler than Jamal Hill. Is that fair to say? Jan Mahovic is a better grappler than Jamal Hill.
I'd say so, yeah.
Is Yuri a better grappler? I think Yuri is. Yuri's done martial arts longer.
I mean, Yuri's not really a grappler though. I mean, he doesn't really grapple in his fights.
But
I
that's
mean,
my
he's got some
point.
submission wins. I mean, like, sure, he choked out Glover, but like the
Yeah,
way in which he choked out Glover, it was like Glover was exhausted and he hopped on his back. He didn't even have hooks, and he was just
yeah,
choking him, and Glover tapped. He's like, I'm
yeah.
fucking out because it
Yeah,
was a
no, but
hellish
my
fight.
point is when Alex gives you those calf kicks, you become a wrestler.
Echoing hard. Why are you echoing like that?
Huh?
You're echoing.
No. Can you hear me now?
That sounds better.
Okay.
You're echoing for some reason.
No. My
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? Repeat what you said.
when those calf kicks start hitting, you become a wrestler.
It's true. If you got any calves left, anyways. No, I mean, I think if I was Hill's path to victory would be just making it an MMA fight, to quote Brendan
Yeah,
Allen's coach. If he just mixes that wrestling, and he might be able to hang with him if he's super defensive on the feet. He could probably hang with him. It's not like
yeah.
he's a scrub standing up.
No, his boxing is
Um,
very good.
so I mean, if he's able to level change effectively and
Yeah.
wear him down over,
But Hill doesn't. Hill's the thing though. Hill, we've never seen Hill wrestle that much, have we? Like he's not much of a wrestler.
he's not like that much. No, I mean you're right. And he's not that much of a wrestler. And I don't know if he'll even try and wrestle him.
No.
I just think his path to victory is not you you you're just not going to be you're just not going to happen unless you are on his level of striking, which he's just not. There's like maybe two people
hmm
who are on this man's level of striking within any sort of spitting distance from 205. And so he's just not that guy. He's just not going to be able to
Yeah.
hang with him for 5 rounds on the feet. So he's just going to need to level change and mix it up, make it fucking dirty fight where he can't implement his game.
Yeah.
Poatan is Poatan, dude. I mean, it might be his. I mean, shit. Poatan implements his game every fight. The guy came in as a glory kickboxing veteran, or
Yeah.
former champion, obviously, but he's just like a kickboxer coming over. He implemented his game. Like he makes people fight his fight
Yeah.
every single time. And he's good enough on the ground where he can like sweep and get up. He might not be rolling with Charlton Almeida, but shit, he rolls a Glover.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean
There's also
Glover,
kind of a revenge fight for Glover too, though.
brother,
Or
Alex's last his three opponents are the ones who Glover last fought. So Glover fought Jan, Yuri, and Jamal Hill. Now Alex is fighting Jan, Yuri, Jamal Hill. He's avenged Glover wants. He's gonna avenge him again.
This is the true revenge streak. It's coming to a head.
This is
Bring on
gonna
this
be a
main event.
movie in like 5 years in Brazil.
People say this isn't a fire main event. I completely disagree. This
Yeah.
main event's gas, dude. Like this is it's very interesting. I think it's got drama and all that shit to it. Stylistically, it's a great fight.
If Islam, okay, if Ramadan was not during this month, Islam would probably be headlining UFC 300. Let's be fair. And
Maybe. I mean, you could have. I mean, you could pick and choose, guys on the roster that would make a better headliner. But I mean, I
yeah,
think for just what they had available, I think this is great.
you could have done McGregor, you could have done John Jones, something like that. But what I'm saying is Pereira, this would have been the UFC 301 headliner, but
Can you imagine
because
they did John Jones? Imagine they do John Jones and he's trying to kill the drug testing agent a month before the fight. It's like, dude,
I
come
mean
on.
that's just classic UFC and John Jones.
Uh, Flashbacks to 200. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't put Jones on this shit. That's what happened in 200. No fucking way.
Yeah. Shout out to Anderson Silva stepping on short notice.
Shout out to him. Unsung hero. Rock DC with the body kick at the end of the fight. Go up and
He
never
when he
forget.
when he when he when he hit DC with that body kick, he was like, I've never felt this much fat in my life before.
All right. It's like his foot got stuck.
It was like oh my God. Do you remember when Serial Gain fought Tai Tuivasa and like when he kicked him, like his toe went into Tuivasa's belly?
Yeah.
That was like
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Uh, but yeah, man. I mean, I think Pereira will take this though. That's if I had to make a
so you
decision. I
Pereira
mean, I
by
think
knockout?
yeah, indeed, Pereira by
I
knockout.
got Hill by knockout as well. Hill's never been. Let me double check his record, but I don't think he's been knocked out yet.
You got Hill by knockout or
No, I got Pereira by knockout. I'm just
oh,
saying Jamal Hill's never been knocked out before.
oh okay. It just sounded like you were saying the
Yeah.
opposite.
Let's see. Jamal Hill record.
Jamal Hill. But yeah, I mean, this
He's
was
no, he has been knocked out.
yeah, he got stopped by
Paul
he got
Craig.
stopped by Paul Craig. So like he was in a submission and then he was getting hit with like
Yeah.
elbows and shit.
I mean, no, his arm broke that fight.
Yeah, I mean he broke his arm, but then he was getting hit with that was violent as fuck is what that was.
But it's not a knockout in terms of like, hey, we're standing and then I knock you out.
Right.
Like his chin did not go.
Right. But if anybody's getting tested, it's gonna be Pereira. So
I mean, same thing with Pereira and Hill, like, or with Hill and Pereira, like in terms of Pereira's chin's gonna get tested.
oh yeah. Yeah. No, I mean hey, if Hill lands, you don't have to be the better striker to win it to get a knockout. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You just gotta catch him at the right time. So
What was his face?
I don't know if he's been
Pettis caught Wonder Boy that one time in the knockout.
yeah, the fucking crazy Superman punch. It's like, what are you doing? How did you do that?
No?
Yeah,
All right.
it could happen. So
Yeah. All right. Oh,
yeah, man.
FYI, the fights start at 5 p.m. Central.
Cool, cool. It'll be looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a good event. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a hype card.
That's, dude, it's the first ever fight where I'm gonna watch the early prelims.
Culture Neel segment. That's gonna be your
Yeah.
culture segment for the week is watching the early prelims.
Yeah. Nah, let's move on to the culture Neel segment.
So you were catching up on old GSP fights, right? You were
Yeah, I
watching.
was watching GSP BJ Penn one. In reality, I watched like a bit of that when I was in Texas or when I was in what is it called, Dallas, because I was bored. Because I had nothing else to do, and I forgot to watch the fight you recommended, so we're gonna have to go with this one.
Yeah, I told you to watch Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward, and you just started watching George St. Pierre versus BJ Penn. Like, all
What
right,
do you
bro.
want me to do? I watch a GSP fight once a week. I
What
love
did I
GSP.
want you to do? I wanted you to watch Arturo. I sent you the video, dog. Like, what do you mean? What did I want you to do?
Hey
I
man,
wanted you to
I was
watch
dealing
the
with my
video that I sent
dying
you.
uncle. What do you want me to do?
Hey, man. Sorry for your loss.
He's not dead yet. He's still alive. He's
All right,
kicking.
well then what's your excuse then? He's not dead.
He was in the hospital with like fucking all like shooked up on shit. And it was just sad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Shout out to
No, it's
Uncle
fine.
Mike.
It's all good. I don't, it's fine.
Shout
You're
out to
fine.
Uncle Mike. Unc, if you're listening, I'm hoping you pull through.
Shout out to Uncle Mike. Pull through, Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Prayers with Uncle Mike.
All right. Moving on to GSP BJ Penn won. I
I
thought BJ Penn won this fight.
this fight was the first BJ Penn fight that was kind of used as the blueprint for like, oh, how do you beat GSP? Because like his only two losses in his career were like kind of freak events. I mean,
Well, I mean,
like
the
his
first
first,
Matt Hughes loss was he was like 22 years old.
yeah, I mean, he couldn't even look him in the eyes. I mean, he's even admitted that. He's like, I couldn't even look the guy in the eyes when I was staring him down. Like when they're facing off, like he's just looking down like this, and it looks like he's really focused. And he did. It's not like he fought poorly. He
Yeah.
got swept in the first round, but he was winning prior to that. But he's like, no, I was so scared because he was just man, he was just like that guy at the time. He was the best in the world at the time, of
Yeah.
course. So he just couldn't even look him in the eyes. And he was
Yeah.
winning, and then he was doing well. And he just got caught in an armbar like right at the last second of the round, and it was happened so
Mhm.
quick too. It happened in like 3 seconds. There was like 5 seconds left, and like I think GSP like tried to buck or something like that, and
Yeah.
Hughes scrambled and grabbed his arm.
Well, BJ
Looked like
Penn
shit.
also came up with the right idea of hit his nose because when you hit his nose, and like Rogan talked about it, like when you hit the nose, it's easier. It's harder if you breathe through the mouth, so it's easier to knock him out.
I mean, that's what GSP was doing to everybody. He was jabbing their face off.
Yeah. BJ Penn gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, and I mean, he definitely won the first round
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, he lit George up in the first round. I mean,
Hmm.
no one throughout. 1 second, let me get Allie out of here.
Hey, can you bring her here for a second? I want to see Ali one last time.
No, no, I'm sorry, she left.
Oh,
She wanted to leave.
she
Um,
heard the podcast. She's like, I don't want to deal with this.
she stuck around for the vast majority of it.
She
I'm
she
surprised.
she uh she heard my China jokes and she's like, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, right. No, it's a good thing those are isolated to my head. Edit that out, bro. Don't leave that in. Fuck. Um, but what were we talking about? George St. Pierre fighting BJ Penn. Well, yeah, I mean BJ let him up harder than anybody's let up George ever since the until like the Condon fight.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the fucking oh my God, the what was it? His last fight against Hendricks.
but even then though, like he got lit up in the first round, and he can't. And I mean, you could argue that BJ should have won the fight, but he was still in. But it was close. It wasn't a robbery. I don't believe. He was able to come back and take it.
It was split decision, I believe.
This was GSP like in the thick of it too. I mean, he was this is when he was beating like Jason Miller and Maya Miller and
Yeah.
choked off Frank Trigg in first round. It was an amazing fight. He stopped Sean Shark. That was a crazy fight. I mean, these guys are all like good fighters, like great,
He beat Nick
like
Diaz when
high,
Nick Diaz was a
like
man.
I mean, there's right. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I feel like Nick looked off in that fight. He became. I feel like Nick became really disenchanted after he lost to Condit. Like there was a point. There was some point with it, like literally in the Condit fight where he just decided, fuck this, and he just became bitter and just like disenchanted. I don't know.
How do you get a title shot after losing to George or after losing to Carlos Condit?
Well, it was a controversial fight in regards to the scoring because Condit was. If you honestly, if you look at it now, I haven't watched the fight in a while. If you look at it now, Condit probably clearly won the fight. But he Condit was circling him the whole time, and it
Yeah.
was like, which normally Condit had a more like forward kind of style, but he was circling him the whole time and just like
Hmm.
kind of kicking him, like pointing him, basically point fighting him, basically. That's where like the spinning shit meme came from. Is Condit threw like a spinning attack, and George goes, "Oh, so we throwing spinning shit now?" But he but he lost in a very controversial way to Condon, and he was supposed to be Condon because that's really when he was the man. Was when he was going to the Condon fight.
Mhm.
He was coming off a win against BJ and all that.
Yeah.
Um, but he got the fight because they had beef.
Uh,
They had beef, and Nick was probably. I mean, I don't know for sure. Obviously, I wasn't in the room, but I imagine
mhm.
Nick was like, "No, I want a fucking title shot. I'm not fighting for you people. I'm not
Yeah.
just gonna climb the ladder for you fucking guys. I want a title shot." So like, all right, whatever. We can make this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this was also back when takedowns, going back to GSP BJ Penn, like this was back when takedowns actually counted for something. Like, or if you got a takedown, that enough was to get like the round towards you. It
Yeah,
wasn't just damage on the round.
they are. They were. Yeah, no, I agree. Takedowns were definitely judged much more favorably at the time. You didn't have to do as much to get it. It just, if you end the round on top, it's just a terrible look and usually
Yeah.
ends up screwing you. Which is kind of it's screwed BJ. I mean, to be fair, the fight that's why George ended up winning.
If takedowns counted, then Sean O'Malley would not have beaten Piotr Jan.
Dude, if that fight were in a bigger cage, I wonder if because that was at the Apex.
No, Piotr
Or was that Fight
Jan.
Island?
That
That
was
might have been
that
Fight
was
Island, but that was the same cage size as the
no
Apex,
no
though.
no no no. It's bigger. It's like standard UFC, like not Apex.
I I don't know. I feel like when at that event
That was
they
when
had the
Islam
smaller
beat
cage.
Charles. That was TJ Dillashaw versus Aljo, and then Islam and Charles, and Beneil and
O'Malley,
Gamrot.
I could have sworn that that was a smaller cage. O'Malley versus Jan, cage size. Let's find this out. What chances are you giving? This is big. That's advantage can make. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could have sworn that it was a smaller cage, but whatever. I digress. You're right. Oh, excuse me. So what did you learn from going back into the archives
How
and
good
watching?
GSP was and how good BJ Penn was. Holy shit.
Have you watched a lot of BJ fights? Like Prime BJ?
Not really. I've seen this fight. I've seen the other George fight. I've seen him fight Matt Hughes. And then I've seen him fight Frankie Edgar.
Okay. Yeah, you should
That
go back
Frankie
and you
Edgar
should watch
fight was
like
literally David and Goliath.
you should go back and you should watch his like early fights. Like when he was bursting out of the scene, like when he was a lightweight champion.
Yeah.
So it's especially when he was a lightweight champion, like when he was fighting George,
Hmm.
like in that time period, like 2009. He was that dude.
Hmm.
He was. I mean, like Anderson Silva. That's like Anderson Silva's goat. Whenever, and he's been saying that for years and years. He's like, no, BJ Penn's the best. Like when people were saying Anderson was the best of all time, he's like, no, BJ Penn's the best of all time.
Hmm.
And that's based off the merit of like his skill. So I strongly recommend check out some of this Diego Sanchez fight, the Kenny Florian fight. I can't. Did you say you saw him fight Sean Shirk?
I saw
Sean.
Matt Hughes and BJ Penn.
Okay, so you should watch the Sean Shirk fight as well.
Okay. They said Sean Strickland there for a second. Like, Sean Strickland fought BJ Penn.
Can you imagine? No, he did fight Lyoto Machida though.
What?
Yeah, he fought him in K1. It was an open weight fight. Penn was, and I happen to be just looking at his record at Wiki right now, but Penn weighed in at 191. Machida weighed in at 225. Sorry.
Machino won by unanimous decision. Wait, BJ Penn went from
This is after
190.
he, yeah, and this is after he fought. This is after he beat Matt Hughes. He beat Matt Hughes, and he was trying to fight in K1 at the time too. Because I mean, right before he fought Matt Hughes, he fought Takanori Gomi at Rumble on the Rock, which is a tournament out in Hawaii that they were doing. And Gomi was one of the best, probably the second best in the world at the time. Gomi was the Pride lightweight champion for years and years. It was like, if we look at 55, it was like BJ and Gomi, arguably. But yeah, that was a massive fight because that was like the best guy from the West fighting the best guy from the East, and BJ submitted him RNC in the third round. So that was a great fight too.
BJ stuck around for way too long.
Rumble on the Rock, dude. Shout out to Rumble on the Rock. It's a great fight. All right, man. Do you have anything that you want to say, Ed?
I apologize to the Chinese fans. I love China. I will never visit China, but I heard it's a good country.
You know, my biggest break in life is doing a podcast with Israel Adesanya.
My biggest break in life is getting George to submit me.
Your biggest break was taking that creep shot at Tim Kennedy.
Yeah. Hey, Tim broke my foot before that. I literally was hobbling after. I went to the doctor and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna need a boot for a week." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause I told him like I put my foot in between guys like
Tell the
for what?"
story. Tell the fucking story. No one's gonna know what you're talking about.
All right. So yeah, I'm walking into jujitsu in Austin one random ass
You
day,
okay? Yeah, you were living in
and
Austin at the time, and this is the same. This is
so yeah,
you're going to the same gym that Tim Kennedy was at.
well. So let me backtrack. So yeah, this was I was at a gym. I was at a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym just walking in on a Saturday, just casual Saturday. This was like when Islam fought Charles that day. I walked in, I signed in, and then I looked to my right to see what everybody's doing. It's like 20 minutes before class starts. And out of nowhere, I see this dude. I'm like, wait, is that Tim Kennedy? And he's just like talking to everyone casually. And I'm like, holy shit, it's Tim Kennedy. And then I walked up to him, I'm like, are you Tim Kennedy? He's like, no, who's Tim Kennedy? And he's like, yeah, I'm Tim Kennedy. And I was like, holy shit, I'm a big fan of yours. And yeah. So I talked to him for a bit there. I forgot to ask him for his photo there. And then we were doing situational sparring with De La Hiva guarding Gi. This was before I quit Gi. So this was definitely a long time ago. But
It's
yeah,
blue belt combat.
yeah. So what is it called? He was like, I was on bottom in situational sparring for practicing De La Hiva guard. My foot, De La Hiva guard, you put your foot through some guy's hamstring pretty much. It's like so like yeah, like if you've done
Right.
jujitsu, you know De La Hiva guard. So yeah, I literally had that. So like he was being a dick about his way of getting out of De La Hiva guard. He just like folded his leg together like this. Like if this is his calf, this is his hamstring, this is his like hamstring. He just covered them together like this, and my foot was in between there. So like,
He squished your foot.
yeah, Tim Kennedy has huge. He's huge. He's like 225,
Dude, that
and
was so goofy that you were trying to roll Tim Kennedy. That's hilarious. I love it.
I mean, I wanted to roll with Tim Kennedy. What do you want me to do? So yeah, he like hurt my. He like
Fucking Green Beret.
yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll roll that guy. I'll roll with the
I want to
Green
say
Beret.
I rolled with Tim Kennedy. So yeah, he squeezed. He just and that's like one. That's like the dick move for getting out of De La Hiva guard. You just squeeze your calf with your hamstring, and then boom, the guy lets go because he's in pain. So I had to let go, and then just pass, and then he just choked me out. And I was like, what pass is that? And he's like, that's just called being a dick. I was like, okay, cool. So yeah,
Nice.
my foot was sore afterwards, but I was like, I need to get a photo. And then he was training with some guy, and I had to leave because I wanted to go watch the fights. So I was like, well, fuck it, I gotta get a photo. So I just took a candid shot like I was a paparazzi photographer.
All right. And then didn't you like didn't you show that to your coach and the coach told Tim Kennedy about it or something like that?
Oh no, the coach told me afterwards the next time, don't do that. That is disrespectful and also that is creepy. My boss said it was creepy. My boss Jim was like, yeah, no, that's creepy as
I
fuck.
told you it was creepy.
Yeah.
Everybody told you it was creepy.
What do you want me to do?
But didn't I thought
need
you were telling me, I could have sworn you told me at some point that Tim Kennedy wanted the picture because you caught him off guard. And he's never
no,
caught off guard. No?
no,
See, I thought that was the punchline.
no.
That'd be funnier.
Tim did teach like a wrestling class eventually, and he was a dick to all of us because I think like I don't know if he remembered me or not, but like Tim was not in a good mood that one wrestling class, so we just fucking we were doing like sprints to like
Nice.
he's like cardio build up, go do some sprints. And it was a pain in the ass.
All right. Shout out to Tim Kennedy, American
God
hero.
bless Tim Kennedy, America's hero.
Don't roll with him if you're a blue belt, he'll break your foot.
I was a white belt.
Even worse.
I was also only 180 pounds back then.
That's
Now
right.
Tim and I are in the same weight class now.
Should go back down there, dude.
I'm gonna
Show up like Baki.
No, I gotta keep bulking. I gotta get up to like 220, and then I'm ready to go join the UFC as a middleweight and avenge Sean Strickland against Dukas.
Yeah. Working our way to the top, bro. All right, man.
Sean Strickland won that fight, FYI.
Yeah, we'll see if they get a rematch, dude. See what happens with that.
So okay, let's talk about that real quick. The middleweight division is very interesting right now because Chimaev and Whitaker are fighting in Saudi Arabia for the number one contender for the next fight or for the next title shot, and then Dricus is going to fight Adesanya in Perth.
Mm-hmm.
So which is also bullshit. Dricus should get a home title shot.
UFC Africa, what's good?
Yeah, dude. UFC Africa should have been this. Like, this is a perfect fight for UFC Africa.
Yeah.
Like Adesanya, from New Zealand, and then the real African Dricus from South Africa.
That would have been the dream, dude, but they're not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been perfect, but yeah, they're doing that. So what's Strickland gonna do? Rumor has it Paulo Costa's fighting Jared Cannonier. So
I mean, Strickland might be odd man out because the way he's talking, he doesn't want anything but a title shot, and he's just not next in line for a title shot. He's just not. Like, I mean, I know you're a fan of his. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, you don't not defend your title and then get an immediate rematch. I mean, it wasn't like it was a stone cold robbery. It was just like a close fight that could very delayed go. You could make a argument either way. You can, maybe say it's a stronger argument for Sean, but
yeah,
I think
they should have Sean fight Nasruddin Imamov.
Yeah, I mean, that would logically make sense, but that's if he wants to climb the ladder again.
Yes,
I just know that he's explicitly said that he doesn't want to, though.
He has to.
So, like, yeah,
he has to fight Imamov, and he has to fight probably Jared Cannonier or I don't know, Marvin Vettori or Robert Whitaker.
Yeah.
He's got to fight. He's got to win at least one fight against someone in the top 10 and then one against someone in the top 5, and then he can get another title shot.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, man. Well, let's end it. All right. Thank you to our audience of 2. That's the end of the podcast.